as a nation, as a people, human beings, and how fast and quick everything is changing. Everything is so quick to change. Everything is altering very quickly. Right? I really do hope you guys are ready for 2025. But let me first tell you that in 2024, you guys already know that every weather record was shattered. You guys do know that, right? Every single record for weather was shattered. Shattered. You guys do understand that. Every record. From water temperatures to atmospheric conditions, pressure differentiations. We've had tsunamis that people have long forgotten. We've had storms that caused the highest waves anybody has ever seen. There are more damaged ships in 2024 than at any given time, well, since World War II. I hope you guys do understand if those were the conditions in 2024, and they're only 10% into the buildup of what they're actually going to be. I hope you guys are ready. The sun is by no means finished. It's only beginning. It's only beginning. So we're going to have solar problems we just never had before. We're going to face conditions that are quite complex. Before I get into all that, though, because it can be quite overwhelming. You survived 2024. Most of you did not know of some of the more drastic things that happened in 2024. Right now, for example, you sit in the middle of a world full of broken governments. You do. There's been more crime in 2024, especially against children, than at any other time. A lot of people may think that's due to reporting. No, that's not true. The reports somehow stay the same, right? Because people, when they're on social media doing their thing, they don't generally talk about police records and things like that. There's a type of aversion to police anyway that people have. So it's not that. It's just that people have become very vile and vicious towards kids. There have been more children taken from families than at any other time. We're talking about kidnappings, right? From people in America. Now I'm talking about verified reports of kids who have been snatched, somehow pulled up, that some American took a child. And it's not coming from overseas, individuals, terrorist groups. No. It's coming from inside of this country, who is a standard bearer for the rest of the countries. What does that tell you? What do you think that indicates? It's telling you a great deal about American citizens, their mindsets. You don't hear it on the news, do you? You don't hear about homelessness. You don't hear about people losing their homes every single day. You don't hear about the Salvation Army is full to the brim, fully occupied. You don't hear about the cities and how cities discourage homeless shelters now. Because their logic is that a homeless shelter will promote homelessness, which might want to attract base movements. What's been fortified? Quick reaction plans within the nation, within the USA. Really? To do what? Relocation. Advisements to their families. Be ready to move. A shortening. They don't want to cover all the aspects of that hurricane. It did damage in places that have never been damaged by hurricanes. They did not speak about the vertical winds. That was a phenomena. It's not even in the modeling. Who's going to talk about vertical winds? I mean, unless you talk about an updraft. Vertical winds? Who's ever heard of such a thing? I was encouraged because they were talking about the horizontal tornadoes that are now starting to take place. Now that was encouraging. I believe that me and BP Earthwatch discussed that one time. Vertical tornadoes or vortices. And dust will find its way in. Well, if dust can come in, so can ash. We will have to, undergo some times of ash. We will. We most certainly will. And with your windows sealed correctly, you can minimize the effects of ash inside of your home. You can also have an air quality count take place, right? We're still going to have power. We're still going to have a little bit of sunlight. We'll have lots of heat. And extracting or creating power from heat was the big deal. That's what I had to do. That was a pretty big deal, right? A pretty big deal. Somebody said the windows don't open up at all in the ceilings of concrete. Well, you can still have positive air pressure. You know why? Because you have plumbing. That's why. You may not know that, but plumbing offers a way to have lots of positive air pressure in your home and fresh air also. You're also going to pick up the ventilated air from your front door. So under your door, an active seal would work best. There's always a way. All right, guys, so what you guys know about that weather? Other part of the weather. 2024 shattered all records. This year coming up, even in the next few days, it's going to be life-altering for a lot of people. You're going to notice that weather is quite harsh. Very harsh. It's going to be costly. Very costly. And yes, it is true, the soils cannot take what we've been having, but the ability of the atmosphere to drop moisture is off the scales. So they're going to change all the weather scales. What they used to call a warning, they're going to change what that is. What they used to call an advisement, they're going to change what that is. They're going to recategorize all the weather. The whole weather lexicon is changing. You guys do know that to better suit some of the newer conditions. The rainbow signifies the covenant between God and mankind, that he won't do that. In other words, and the rainbow truly is a mist. It is a spectrum of light caused by water vapor. It truly is a condition which reflects, right, a prism where we can see, and every time that prism is present, we know there is a limit on the amount of water that can come from the atmosphere. Did you guys know that? That's what mist represents. Now the consolidation of that mist or the disappearance of that mist, there'll be no rainbows. That means the physics of our atmosphere would have been changed enough to cause a catastrophic global flood like that again. So long as you see the mist, you know that there are physical limitations on the formation of storms. This water event that will come will cause displacement of much. It will. Large displacements. Sinkholes will be a consequence of that. Ruined highways are already a consequence of the water. Do you guys know about the highways that are buckling right now? Too much moisture. Too much. Too much. Now listen, we've had too much moisture to cause sinkholes. Not enough moisture to sustain the crops. Listen, since 2022, there's been a brain in the Middle East. It's been running that war. It's already happened. I'm going to go into great depth with citations with that for you all. This is something you're going to have. You're going to have a paper to read it with the citations. Okay, you have to know this. You have to know this. The modeling system that was used has been fully trained. It's now in advanced stages of tactical commands. In fact, it's been giving commands for some time now. It can run all the equipment at one time.